Wall Street Memes Casino,
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.
This is Joe Pugh for IFLTV. We're here at Glaziers Hall, London Bridge. Delighted to be joined by the newest female to the Queensbury stable, Miss Chantelle Cameron. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Come to a little bit of a shock for some people online reading some of the things, but yeah, how did it all come to a head, you signing with Frank Warren and Queensbury?
So I've been in talks for about 6 weeks now, and I'm just delighted it's over the table and it's been announced. I've been waiting for it to be announced for a few weeks now, but I'm glad it's out there now. And my fight's been announced on Tuesday, and I'm back in the mix again, and I'm excited to get the ball rolling with Queensbury, TNT, Frank Warren, and Grant Smith as my new trainer.
Yeah, it feels like a real new chapter for yourself. Obviously, complete new team, complete new promotional outfit. I know you've got the same manager, but you're just excited to get this new chapter going.
Yeah, I really am. I feel like took the loss, and I really understood what it means to lose. Like, you lose and you're bottom of the pile, and it's been a bit of a rough few months where I felt a bit like confidence was not deflated, but I've been in the gym getting used to Grant Smith and gelling with him, and obviously the news is out now that I'm signed with Queensbury and got a fight date locked in, and I'm just excited now to start the year on a positive and show everyone that I'm coming back with a bit of fire in me.
I do want to talk about Matchroom. Matchroom posted, I think, yesterday that you've amicably split. From your point of view, was it nice and amicable, kind of just both agreed to part ways?
Yeah, very amicable. I'm glad that the split went as easy as it did. Obviously, after I knew the trilogy wasn't going to happen, I kind of didn't see the point in me being with Matchroom anymore. But it's easier said than done when contracts are involved. And me and my manager spoke, and he understood my feelings and whatnot, and mutually agreed to part ways. And I'm very, very thankful it was amicable, and I appreciate that because they're letting me crack on now and move on with a new promoter without any hassle. So I'm very glad it was. I think there's a relationship breakdown, and it's best for both parties that we both went our separate ways.
Would you say the kind of failure to get the trilogy fight was the sole reason you parted?
No. So Eddie and DAZN actually wanted the trilogy.
Okay.
It was more down to Katie not wanting it and her team around her. So no, just wanted something new, something exciting, and a promoter that I think would really get behind me and look after me and back me all the way.
When we was kind of asking Eddie kind of 6 weeks ago, is the trilogy fight going to happen? We did ask a lot as well. He said it could be to do with financials. From your point of view, did the financials play a part in the trilogy not happening?
So from my part, I took less money and I accepted less money. So that's how much I wanted the fight, and I was kind of willing to. I weren't really. Obviously, money does matter because it is a business, but at the same time, I really wanted to settle the score. So from my side, it wasn't financial, but I think Katie wanted more money. But I don't know how true that is. Like, there's a hearsay there, say like I don't know what she wanted, but from my side, I took less money. So
obviously, it's hard to speak for Katie, but do you think Katie, as well as her team, just didn't want the trilogy fight?
So apparently, Katie wanted an easier fight.
Okay.
So that's when I got told that the trilogy wouldn't be happening because Katie wanted an easier fight when I agreed to less of a purse. And I've been hearing that a manager is trying to keep her well away from me. But again, I don't know how true that is. It's boxing, there's a lot of talk.
There's only one Chantelle.
See ya.
Frank there. Do you think the fight will ever happen?
I hope so. I think with Frank backing me now and TNT, and obviously Eddie and Frank are working together, I think it's got a chance of happening now. But that's if Katie gets past Amanda Serrano, which I don't think she will. I think Amanda beat her in the last fight, but didn't get the decision. And obviously Amanda's on a MVP card now, so she doesn't have that Matchroom bubble around her. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I do think Amanda's going to win. And that's not being bitter. Yeah. That's just what I think.
Obviously, we're living in a world where we're seeing Matchroom and Queensbury having cards against each other. Did you ever think, because it could be a possibility that you might be in the Queensbury corner instead of the Matchroom in a competition against each other?
Yeah, I'd be delighted. I think I'd be absolutely delighted. I think Frank would have my back and be backing me all the way, whereas Eddie's going to back his golden girl. So it makes perfect sense to me that I've got the best man in my corner now. So if I think we did have the trilogy, it wouldn't all be on Katie terms. I think it wouldn't even be a close fight. I think I'll do the business on her, especially the way the last fight was a lot of holding, headbutting. It was a dirty fight from both of us. I think it was a rubbish fight. I've not even watched it back. But what I can remember, it was just, obviously I took the headbutt. The crowd was unbelievable for Katie. Obviously they really get behind her, but I don't know what she back, so it's hard to say, but I wouldn't say it was a great fight. But if me and Katie fight again, it will not be a close fight. She will not be holding me like that. I'll make sure of that.
Do you think Eddie did have your back?
I don't know. That's up to everyone else's opinion. Whatever I say, I get blamed for moaning, whinging. So everyone's seeing what happened, and everyone who doesn't have the blinkers on knew that it wasn't 50-50, was it? So
Why do you think you get blamed for moaning and whinging online?
because the narrative gets printed, and then everyone jumps on board, and everyone believes what they read and what they hear. So if I've been keeping my mouth quiet, and I said a few things that could come across as moaning, that, but I'm just speaking facts of what happened. Like, I was in the ring, I was the other side, and I've been the one that's been taking part in it, so I can give my opinion like everyone else has their opinion. But as soon as I give my opinion, I'm whinging, I'm moaning, this and that, and it's just, I spoke up for myself and people don't like it.
Just finally, I want to ask you about Sandy Ryan. It all come to heads on Twitter, I think, what was it, last week? Wow.
Sandy pipes up as soon as she thinks that her name's going to get out there. She's just desperate and just looking for clout, and I just can't be bothered with her because she's an idiot, she's a fool, and she's just toxic, and she always seems to pipe up when like shit's not going well for me, and I just think, what sort of person are you? Because at the end of the day, it is a sport and it is business, but she's not being professional. So she needs to just have a word with herself, figure out why she is so toxic, and just shut her mouth.
Obviously, I don't expect anything like to come to blows in person, but would it be kind of nice in person? Like what would happen if you come face to face with Sandy Ryan passing at a show?
Sandy would duck her head and walk on. She's just a keyboard warrior, and she's just literally like, I don't know what her problem is, to be fair. I wished her well when she turned professional, and she was, oh, thanks champ, blah blah blah. And the next thing, she thinks about getting a fight with me, so starts mouthing off and starts being nasty and horrible and bitter and twisted, and I just think, you're just a nasty person, so sort yourself out.
Do you think you will fight her?
I have no interest in fighting her. Do you know I have no interest in fighting her? Because it's personal, and I generally would rather just see her now and then we just have a fight here and there, without all the Twitter, without boxing glows, without all the hype around it, because she just craves hype, whereas I don't. Whereas I just like fighting and enjoy it, where I don't not doing interviews. I hate doing interviews, hate doing press conferences. Everyone knows it. I don't enjoy it, where she's looking for that clout and get her name out there, and we're different people, I think, but we clash, obviously, and we don't like each other, but she's starting to get on my nerves a lot.
Excellent, Chantelle Cameron. Thank you very much for speaking to IFLTV. Last question, world champion by the end of the year?
Fingers crossed.
Chantelle, thank you very much. Cheers, thank you.
Wall Street Memes Casino
I'm fine.
and Sportsbook.